Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Valley Spotlight. It's a Father's Day edition. So in true father's fashion, we gave Lauren the weekend off.
Absolutely. She deserves a day off.
And it's a little selfish because this is kind of what I wanted to do today. Hang out with you.
Hang out with you.
Mark Canzonetta's here. Have a little bit of wine. We're having a
Cheers.
fancy schmancy Merlot.
A fancy smancy Merlot, because Merlot makes some of the best wines in the world.
And then we're remembering our dads, and we're doing something from Guy's Grocery Games.
Yeah, it was a cool experience to share with family, with my daughter Gina.
Yeah.
And you know, I wish Amy could have been a part of it to photograph it. But that, you know, cooking is not her thing. Photography is her thing, and real estate now. So it was great to do that with Gina, and now to recreate it so everybody can get a little refresher on what we did, and you know how cool it was to have two people from a little town in Warren, Ohio, do something on a national level. Did
you ever think your kids would end up working in restaurants or owning restaurants or being a chef or any of that stuff?
Never, not really, no. I mean, Gina's always worked in restaurants, Amy a little bit, but not really. I mean, the restaurant business is a very, very demanding business, and it puts a lot of pressure on you and your family life. So yeah. I would hope that they would stay away from it, just learn from their father, and you know, as I get older, I want to step back from it a little bit and you know, concentrate more on my family and my grandchildren. And you know, COVID changed the restaurant dynamic for a long time, and we'll see how that all plays out. For all of us, all my friends out there right now, we're all struggling with staffing issues and things like that, and we all want to be around our families, and it makes it harder and harder to be around our families.
But your dad, his influence on you and your brother kind of got you in the kitchen, didn't it?
Well, Dad was an entrepreneur. You know, my dad would do anything he could. My dad always said, if ragu sells, sell ragu. You know, he was always that way. I mean, my dad growing up, you never knew what was going on. I mean, we had foosball tables in the garage, pool tables, jute boxes, pinball tables. He had this crazy invention called Car Bar, where you had a cooling system in the back of your trunk, and you could get cold Coca-Cola shipped up through lines in your car.
Decades ahead of his time.
Dad was ahead of his time. Freddie just wanted to make money for his family, and that's what it's about. You know, I think, you know, all of us, not all of us, but a lot of us want to be entrepreneurs, and that entrepreneurial spirit, you know, hopefully in America it still rings true.
I love it. Well, we are going to kick off the show with a single dad who is raising his daughter and doing a heck of a job, and has decided to go all in. He has a website called Voices for the number 4 Autism, and he has some films on there that have really opened some doors. So as we start off today's show, let's toast all the dads, including our dads.
Absolutely. Freddie?
Richard?
No, we had no, wasn't even on the radar. Yeah. We didn't do this to win any awards.
Maybe not, but as Scott Austalosh says that, he's sitting right next to the award that he won for Sophia, I Love You. That's a 15-minute movie about his daughter.
We just got this for Best Autism Awareness Film in the International Golden Door Film Festival in New Jersey.
Happy birthday to you.
I was a single dad from the moment I left the hospital.
Happy birthday to Sophia. Happy birthday to you. Ready?
They tied in a lot of old video footage that I had of her that I randomly took. I would just set the video camera down, so it was really, we showed the crying, we showed all the different stages of things.
Sophia, I Love You was one of 8 films in the most inspirational category, and it wowed the critics, the judges, and even the regular fans that got to watch.
The reaction is they're tears. At the last film festival, I had people coming up to me that I had never met that said they saw the film, and as they're talking about it, they're crying. It's very relatable. There's things in it, you know, we discuss my battle with cancer. We discuss, you know, abortion is touched on in there. You know, a single dad raising his daughter. You know, just being a parent, being a good parent, stepping up and doing the right thing.
Because of this film and a shorter one called In the Moment, featuring Kevin Martin of the band Candlebox, Scott can use them as a springboard to get folks aware of autism.
And we're creating that awareness by using these films and using this to our advantage, so people will watch them and they'll see the beauty of autism. That's what we want to show.
course, the star of both films and Scott's life is Sophia, who steals the show.
Orange or green?
Green.
Good. Match it to green. There you go. Good one.
She doesn't see ethnicity, economic status. She doesn't see any of that. She just sees people. And she just, I don't think she would even know if she wasn't being accepted. She's just very outgoing, always happy, and just wants to be around everybody.
Sophia and Scott are building something here, not just with their foundation, Voices for Autism, but now they're building the area's first calming room for people with autism.
We'll have program sounds and songs and music and that kind of thing. And as they manipulate it, they can use this to calm themselves and feel more secure. And there will also be sensory items in there.
By the use of conductive ink on a piece of paper, we connected our placemat to your smartphone. Every touch point triggered a full sound bank to kickstart your creativity.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
It's the state-of-the-art technology that people with autism can go into this room, and if they're feeling overwhelmed, it could be from bright lights or too many people or the loud sounds, and they can manipulate the artwork on this wall by their touch. Genevieve Goings, who was the star of Disney Junior's Choo Choo Soul, she is branding her voice into this wall. And someone can walk along this wall and they can hear stories from her, and they can touch little critters on the wall and hear different soothing sounds and that type of thing. It just makes them feel calmer.
You know, that I do work with and have so many friends on the spectrum and have an understanding, empathy and comprehension of, you know, what goes into an autistic person's, you know, daily life and their family. And I think he also saw himself being a parent of Sophia, that she was drawn to my voice as well. So I think it was a little bit of everything, kind of thinking like, hey, your voice would be great, but also your overall kind of comprehension and care for this is there.
Right now, this is our focus. We have about 15, 16 people on this team, people in Australia, the UK, all across the United States working on this project. So right now our focus is on this project.
The room will be at Ray Arc in Austintown, but that's just the beginning.
Well, that's what our goal. We can put these anywhere. Airports, malls, shopping centers, they could be put anywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what we're hoping to do.
The calming room will be called Sophia's Place, named after the daughter who changed his life and now will be changing others as well.
She's a special soul too, and there's just this sweet, kind purity to her that makes you want to just, you know, be a part of it.
What happened yesterday is not even on her radar. What's happening in the future isn't on her radar, and I wish it'd be nice if we could all, you know, experience that.
Well, if that doesn't tug at the old heartstrings,
oh, man,
I
what a
don't know
great story.
will.
What a dedication from a father to his daughter.
And really
to support
cool
her.
that all the stars are kind of coming out and they're making these rooms.
I mean, I don't know who the stars are. A little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, and there's going to be more. More and more
Absolutely.
and more. Voices, 4, autism.com. Check it out. And check out the films. They're really fantastic. All right, we'll take our first break, and then we go inside.
I think we're going to cook a little bit
We're
today.
going to roll our sleeves up and cook a
Yeah,
little
my daughter
bit.
Gina's going to roll her sleeves up, too.
If you don't remember her from Guy's Grocery Games, we will reintroduce you after this timeout.
Papa Canzonetta's peppers, recipe established in 1975. A family secret is now yours to share with the people who add spice to your life. Choose from mild and hot versions, plus our famous original blend too. They're the perfect punch for any dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got the recipes to prove it. Just follow us on Facebook, order online at papacans.com and pick your peck. papacans.com, order 6 jars or more and qualify for free shipping. We like it hot. We're glad you do too.
At RC Compounding, their team of pharmacists specialize in erectile dysfunction therapies that don't have to cost an arm and a leg.
It's becoming more and more comfortable to talk about these things. And we're not doctors, but we're pharmacists. But you can call and talk to us and we will tailor something to you. We will reach out to your doctor. will collaborate with you, collaborate with your doctor. We compound a specific drug for a specific patient.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Inside Pesto's test kitchen with Pesto and Gina
My daughter,
Pesto?
Gina.
Just kidding. Little Pesto? Baby Pesto?
No,
it's
just Gina.
just Gina.
Gina Marie.
And the reason Gina is here, well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's Father's Day, and you need to hang out with your dad on Father's Day. The second reason is we're kind of reminiscing about when you guys were together on the hit TV game show, Guy's Grocery Games.
How about that?
Over 5 years, almost 10 years ago, right?
I don't know when it was.
Yeah, we're not sure.
It was
but
in
we're
like a galaxy far, far away.
A little bit older
it seems
now.
like anymore.
So take me through it. If people haven't seen the show, we'll show some clips. But what we're trying to do here, we're getting toward the end of the show, and you guys had to do what?
Well, we had made it through the first 2 rounds. Not obviously, but we had done well enough to make it through the first 2 rounds. We were very confident. And we came to the last round, and we were up against my friends, Keith Taylor and his son. And we came up, and they said, the judges said, Guy said, Guido, my friend, said, we want the ultimate Father's Day meal for sports.
Okay.
If you're sitting down, watching a game, blah, blah, blah. But before all this, we had to go up against, Guy and his madness and his craziness. He had this big board with like 10 ingredients on it, and you had to bowl with like cantaloupes to get the ingredients that you wanted or you didn't want. You had to ixnay the ingredients that you didn't have to use because he throws crazy things that you wouldn't normally, like if you want a breaded chicken sandwich, okay, I might use Italian breadcrumbs, I might use panko breadcrumbs.
That's easy.
No. We had to use wasabi peas and we had to use ramen noodles as part of the breading. For the chicken sandwich.
And then you guys had to decide what you were going to make. So we weren't sure about the chicken sandwich yet, right?
We weren't sure.
You talked about it.
We talked about it.
And you said this would make a good breading, I hope.
Well, we went around the store because you're not familiar with the store. So we picked up brats. We picked up chicken thighs. We picked up things that I would want to have, maybe Gina would want to have for your Sunday sports spectacular while you're in your recliner or with your best friends.
Okay. All right.
And then one of the other things was you had to use canned or jarred cheese sauce as one of the ingredients for either the wingdings or for the sandwich. So we had to use that and a beer.
And a beer.
And a beer.
All right. So we're going to attempt to make.
We're going to recreate
replicate.
Yeah, I think we can replicate it.
The chicken and the chicken sandwich.
I'm going back to I believe it's 2014.
Okay, so it's been about 8-9 years.
It's been a long time.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Welcome back to TV.
Thank you.
I mean, it's
and
been
welcome
a long
back
time.
to Warren, Ohio, Trumbull County.
Yes.
Gina's back in town.
All right, are you on chicken, Gina?
I think I'm on chicken.
So we got some chicken thighs. So when you have chicken thighs, you want to make sure you pound them out so they're even, so they cook even. Because we only had 15 minutes to cook. 15 minutes to cook this.
Okay.
No, 30 minutes to cook it.
Okay.
And during that 30 minutes, there was 2 minutes for which Gina was just cooking, and she is using a very nice instrument there. It's called Thor. My good friend Ron Walker from Louisiana made that, and we nicknamed it Thor.
Okay.
So she did that, and while she's doing that, I am making
You're making the
mix.
breading part.
I'm making the breading part.
Okay.
So I'm taking my ramen. I'm breaking it up. I got this beautiful Roboku. I don't care about the mess on the floor. And I'm going to take some wasabi peas. Wasabi peas are great. They're great in salads. Great little snack, healthy.
Do you like them?
No.
They're a little hot.
I don't,
They sneak up on you and they get in
They
your
sneak
nose.
up on you, but it's only a little bit hot for a little bit. So we're just gonna grind these until it makes like a fine flour that we can mix in with the panko.
Okay.
So sometimes when you're grinding things, you want to do what's called jog it, and you just want to pulse it. So that way it breaks up those big chunks.
Oh, I see.
And we're gonna get this, and we actually at Bistro 1907 turned this into our calamari app.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. All right. Now, as the show's going on, do you think this is going to work?
I'm nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Because you don't know.
We don't know. We don't know how it's going to turn out.
We have no idea how it's going to turn out.
And you have
we have
judges to impress.
very, very brisk competition.
Right.
Because my friend Keith Taylor from Philadelphia, he is a real deal. I'm sorry, everybody. He's a badass chef.
All right.
We broke it out. I said
don't think there's a
badass.
higher compliment a chef can get.
But he is the real deal. Him and his son both.
Okay.
And they really, so of course we're going to add to that. We're going to add a pinch of salt because you can't unseason your breadcrumbs, and some black pepper.
Can I ask you a question about breading?
Yeah.
Do you go milk dry or dry milk, or does it matter?
If you go dry milk, it's going to come apart.
Oh,
you got to go wet dry.
Wet dry. Okay.
And then you can double up. You know, like when you go to
wet, dry, wet,
KFC
dry.
and you want that double crispy.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They go back in.
I didn't know you could do it. Are you ready?
So Gina, you're going to take those chicken breasts. You're going to put them in the wet first, which we've seasoned. You know what? From the ramen, save these flavor packs. You never know when you're going to need chicken broth on the fly.
Okay.
Right.
And this is just milk, right?
That's just milk. It could be buttermilk, and Gina's going to put it in there, and she's going to make sure she kind of like gives it a little bit of love and pushes down on it.
Okay.
Because she wants all those little crevices and cracks. Because you know when you get a great chicken sandwiches, it looks like it's a meteorite.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And the reason we pound it down is because
we want an even cooking surface. We want it to be the same thickness, because a chicken thigh, there's no two chicken thighs that are the same.
Right.
No two chicken drums that are the same.
Okay.
So you want it to be an even in thickness, so it cooks in that 350, 360 degree clean fat for probably about 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
So while we're off camera, we're gonna bread a couple more of those, and when we
sounds
come
good.
back, we're gonna assemble some sandwiches.
that sounds good. Hey, nice job.
Thanks.
And you didn't even have to touch the chicken.
Nope, I didn't even have to touch
We have the gloves and everything. All right, let's take our break now. We'll go to commercial. When we come back, Lauren will be back on. I know everybody's been waiting for Lauren to show up. She's here. She's going to do a story on tailoring for Dad. Get him fitted and make his suits look
that
just
sounds
right.
good.
It's the Father's Day edition of Valley Spotlight. Be right back.
When homes are selling fast, who can ensure you'll get the most money for yours? I'm Barbara Corcoran, and I've managed agents who have sold homes for thousands of dollars over list price. The key is to hire the agent with a smart, aggressive marketing plan. In the Mahoning Valley, no agent spends more marketing dollars and creates demand quite like Kelly Warren. Her marketing attracts hundreds of buyers every month and allows her to offer a buyout plan as well as flexible fees. Go to kellysoldit.com and get top dollar for your home.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight, our Father's Day edition. Couple
I
of
love
dads.
Father's Day.
I do too. I do
do.
too. I wish there were more Father's Days.
We should at least get one every quarter.
There should be one in the fall, anyhow, don't you think?
I think there should be one every 3 months.
That'd be fine. Anyhow, thank you to another great dad, John Miles and Steel Light.
John, Steel Light, we love you
hear
so
that?
much, my friend.
It's a mark of a good product.
What he does for the Valley and what he does for, you know, everybody throughout his company, those that that work with him, and everyone around, not just our country, but throughout the world. What a true gentleman and true innovator in our industry.
Absolutely. Another great innovator, guy, if you want your dad to look great on Father's Day and beyond, maybe just tidy him up a little bit and check out a little shop in Hubbard that's been doing it for over 40 years.
While most of the world is online, searching, clicking, and adding to cart to shop for clothing, there is still something to be said for brick and mortar retail, especially when you have a foundation like Speeches, a men's clothing shop in downtown Hubbard, Ohio.
64 years of business. Yes. 45 myself. So.
Richard Speech learned the ropes of retail from the best of the best. For years, he worked side by side with his mother, Florence.
I started right out of high school with my mom. She let me break in. I always liked clothes, so I thought, well, let me give it a whirl, because I wasn't sure I wanted to go to college, but I always loved clothes. So one thing led to another. I got got my feet on the ground, and next thing, it's 45 years later.
When you enter the shop, you know you're in someplace special. Every item in the store has been carefully curated to keep the men in your life looking their best.
First thing I would want them to know when they step in here, they're getting quality And number two, they're getting stuff that they can't find at like outlets, malls, more of a niche business. They're looking for something unique. They want to go out and look sharp and cool. So that's what we try to bring here all the time.
You can see and feel the quality. And for a guy who might be missing the style gene when it comes to choosing jeans or shoes or a suit, this place is a one-stop shop for style. And style has taken on a new definition these days.
I know when I first started working with my mom out of my senior year in high school, it was mostly shirts and ties, very little sportswear, not a lot, more dress clothes, shirts and ties, where now it's progressed to like jeans, t-shirts, casual wear, comfortable shoes and all that, and innovative stretch materials for blue jeans and shirts have really come. So it's really like did a 180.
And Richard understands his customers because he takes the time to listen to their needs, which means there's no need to plan ahead to grab the perfect outfit for almost any occasion.
First thing is, like when they come in here, you ask them, is there a function you wanting to go to? So if it's a wedding, is this a shirt and tie? Is it dressy? So it's really important in any kind of business to listen to the customer, listen to what he's, describing the situation. Is he going to a graduation party? Does he, he can get by with a polo shirt and shorts? Is it outdoors? Get a feeling of what he's, talking to you about, and then you adjust. Okay, this is a very dressy wedding, so we'll have a shirt and tie and a suit maybe if you're part of the family. Then if you're not, then it might be just a nice, tuck a shirt, leave a shirt out, and just more casual.
And after 45 years of experience, it's safe to say that he knows his stuff.
And I can only speak from my experiences here. I think men, they like to come in here and they like to touch the material. A lot of guys like to try it on. And really a lot of guys, when they do come in here, if say today's a Tuesday, they need it for Wednesday or Tuesday night. They're not buying ahead. So when they come in here, I want a white shirt, black pants, black tie, and boom. Because they don't shop as often as probably women do. They sort of are last minute, so.
I feel like dads always could use some new clothes because we never get rid of our old clothes.
Dads, they're almost hoarders.
I have a shirt that literally says Staff 1989 on the back of it.
My dad always liked the V-neck button-down, black, sometimes with the diamonds, almost the bowling
like the
shirt.
Argyle
yeah,
top?
almost the Argyle going down.
That is good.
Dad always loved those.
All right, are you ready for some music?
Always.
Caught up with Joe Augustine, who's doing a free concert coming up. Let's learn a little bit more and about his game day regimen.
I always practice before every gig, and I just want to put my head into where I'm going to be that day, and each day, as a challenge, I take out something new. I find something new that I want to work on. So that gives me great impetus all day to work on something, 3-4 hours, put a new thing in the book, so that I know when I get to Gatsby's, I have something fresh, always.
How are you feeling?
I'm fantastic.
Do you?
I've never felt better, ever in my life. I get mentally, emotionally, musically, being retired, quote, gives me a absolute ton of free time to continue to hone my craft. And having this glorious piano here, I can't wait to play her every day when I wake up, and it makes me feel even better. But I spend hours trying to determine how to build this stuff so that it has a depth vertically, meaning that I play it as though we had a full orchestra behind us. And it's critical to make the music sound, that's where the word sophisticated comes in. You know, as opposed to just playing it because looking at it the way it's written, you know.
I see that song Fragile behind me, and life is fragile.
Sure
was there a time when when you had to stop playing for a little bit and you got back into it again? Was that like a renewed energy, or has it always been the same for Joe no matter what?
Oh, it's always renewed.
Yeah.
That's a great question. That is like a really good question. We all burn out. I don't care, you know, you guys here, you're doing your thing, and, you know, there's only so much up here per day, you know. Sometimes we push the envelope, okay, but I need to have sometimes 3-4 days to just recharge. I don't play at all. And I miss it so bad, I can't wait to get back to it. And when I do, there's always like a higher level of excitement. This community has been fantastic to me. Yes, I've traveled extensively around the world, and I'm really lucky to be able to say that to you. But this community is where I live, and I love the people here. They're warm, they're kind, they're good people. And they've always followed whatever it is that I do, and it's a great way for me to thank them for their support.
What would I expect if I go to the show?
You will hear 12, 14 pieces, brand new arrangements that I've just done, of things from the Great American Songbook way back. And then, you know, as we were talking earlier, the standards, that bar has changed. 50 years ago, it was the Beatles, man. You know, it's like, you know, they're still around doing whatever, but, you know, you have Stevie Wonder, you got Sting, you got the Beatles, there's like Bill Withers, I just learned something by him. You know, the point is that we try to, across the board, play the older stuff, and then always continue with something that anybody over 30 and younger than 50 would get. You know, I don't want to lose anyone. That's why all three of us look at this music and look at the trio like cerebral, if you will, a unit.
You're thinking it through.
Yes, we absolutely. I mean, I spent the last 5 weeks of my life writing these arrangements for us to present on the 26th of June. And I'm proud of that.
Pretty great. Pretty great. All right, that concert is next weekend, right during the show. It's okay if you tape. It's all right, and you go to the show. And we want to mention Glenn Shaft and Dave Morgan, both professors at YSU. They kind of fill out the trio and make it a lot of fun. So free concerts are always.
Are they jazz? What are they?
They do everything. He said
That's
everything
awesome.
from the 30s and 40s all the way up.
Well, you know, Youngstown was a big. Frank Sinatra played here.
I know. I mean, Joe probably played for him.
Probably. I mean, he's a legend.
When we come back, you want to talk a little baseball?
Baseball.
Dads like to do that, and we're going to interview the Scrappers' new manager, Homer Bush.
Can you pick a better name?
No, it's Homer. Like his parents knew he was going to be a baseball player.
God almighty.
Be right back after this.
Here's is the low-cost living anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza's Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight, and we are here at Eastwood Field with the new manager of the Mahoning Valley Scrappers. It's Homer Bush, former major leaguer, who's making his way into the managerial position now. And happy Father's Day, I should say that first.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
How many kids?
2. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you. Give me a little for that.
Right, absolutely.
Boy, girl, what are they?
I have one apiece. My daughter, she's the oldest. My kids they're older, 23 and 20. So wifey and I were empty nesters.
Good for you. So you've made your way here. What do you think so far? I know you don't know a ton about the area. You've only been here a little while.
Well, I heard about the good Italian food that's here.
That's true.
And I also want to come here and get acclimated. So I came in a little early, and I love it. The weather is beautiful. I know some people are kind of down on the rain a little bit from time to time, but coming from Arizona, where it never rains, you know, and so a little rain doesn't hurt me at all.
tell me about becoming a manager for the first time. Did you ask them? Did they ask you? How did it work out?
Well, so I was being interviewed by several MLB teams on the off season, and one thing that kept coming up was, do you have any managerial experience? And so just through the initiatives through MLB trying to get more minorities into managerial positions, they say, well, hey, go get some managerial experience and let's just see what happens.
Yeah. What do you like it so far?
I love it. I love it. There's this saying in baseball that you usually manage the way you play. So my philosophy is going to be just all gas, no brakes.
Okay.
Be aggressive on the base paths, swing the bat, make the routine plays, and just have fun.
Do you find that you're taking anything from some of the guys you played for?
Absolutely. A little bit, because I've played for several managers.
Yeah.
That's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing from the standpoint of you get to see several different managerial styles. Bad thing because we didn't win a lot of games and guys were getting fired. But the one main takeaway, I would say, the 98 World Series team, I got an opportunity to play for Joe Torre, Hall of Fame manager. Just let the guys play. And they'll let you know when they need you.
Do you have a memory from your major league days? I know you got traded, you ended up coming up with the Yankees, and you bounced around to different teams because of different trades, right?
Sure.
Do you have anything that stands out?
Absolutely. Well, several. Of course, being part of the 98 World Series team, and the final game, the final out is always pretty special. But for me, it would be my first major league home run in the old Yankee Stadium. I was a small contributor that season. The fact that I was able to hit a home run, one, my family got a chance to see it, two.
Cool.
And the third was that I contributed at a time when the team was struggling scoring runs, and so that put all that together, and that would be my most special memory.
And you bat right-handed.
Bet right-handed.
Did you hit it to left field? That's a cavern out there in left center.
Well, I went down the line a little bit.
Okay.
So I was right, but it was. Okay. I think it's 315 over there. I was probably 317. It just needs to get over.
Just
right?
enough. Just enough. What you've worked your way through the minor leagues. What would you tell these guys, or what kind of experiences do you have that you could pass on to these guys as they start working their way up?
As you can imagine, first and foremost, you got to stay out of trouble. You got to be a good person. You got to be good in the community. I mean, these are things that you can do that doesn't take talent. But when you get on the field, take nothing for granted. You've got to take advantage of any advantage that you can have in any given moment. The one thing that I think is the most difficult thing to understand about baseball is that you have to do things and may not get a positive return on it. Only for just only a handful of times throughout the course of the season, So like second baseman backing up second base, there may not be an errant throw, maybe 10 or 15 times, but you've got to do it almost 1,000 times. So you literally have to just know your assignment and do it no matter what the return is going to be, because when you need it, that's when you stand out. If you're not there when you need it, then that's when you look at your worst.
And it could be the other way too, especially in the minor leagues. Like, your team could stink, but if your stats are good, I mean, your job here is to move up the ladder, right? And you have to remember that, but you still have to be a team player too.
Yes, and I think the one thing most of these young players think is that they're going to go out, hit 300, play solid defense, and they're going to be chosen. Well, baseball is a system. You have to know the system in order to know how you can advance to the next level. Like right now, OPS is extremely unpopular.
That's right.
Right, it's extremely popular. Well, why go out and hit for a high average, low slugging, that weighs down your OPS? You're not attractive to teams unless your OPS needs to be in a certain area.
Changed, hasn't it?
It really has, and it's not my rule. No. It's just the game is literally telling you what it desires from you. So what you've got to go out and do, work on the things that's going to allow you to be successful at that. I mean, they're literally narrowing down the type of player you need to be. So try not to, push back, give the system pushback, go out, understand what it wants from you, and then go work on those things.
Very good. I can talk baseball all day, but I can't because Lauren will get mad at me, and so I have to send it back to her. But I will say mvscrappers.com to check out the dates where they have home games at Eastwood Field and all the promotions, and buy your tickets and come out and see Homer and the guys in another successful Scrapper season. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's awesome. Enjoy. Back to you.
Well, hello
Hello, Cal.
Hello.
Kelly Warren from Kelly Warren and Associates on Home Advantage. This is a cute little place.
Yeah, nice little starter home for somebody.
That is exactly what it is. And I have to say, like, as we kind of were walking up the steps here, they've got some new mulch. The color of the door matches the mat. The idea of people buying the first home.
Yes.
The first time. There's a lot of unknowns, and there's a lot of different things that they're thinking about when it comes to choosing the right property, and this one sort of hits all the nails on the head.
Yeah, I love a good starter home for people. It's, you know, where the beginning of life happens.
Yeah.
So it's so much more than just a home purchase, you know.
It really is, and it's sometimes it's not the biggest house, sometimes it's not the most expensive house, but that is, I think, what people need to put in their minds, that is okay.
Yeah, well, it really depends on where you're at on your life. You know, somebody's first starter home, they could be 22 and working retail, where somebody else, they might be 30 and have college degrees and larger incomes.
Right.
So where you're at in life has a lot to do with what your starter home looks like, but a couple of fun points that I thought we could talk about with starter homes.
All right. Well, you know what, when you are that 22-year-old person that is taking a leap of faith and then has the mortgage and the lawn and all of those things, this place here in Cornersburg, I mean, it's an appropriate size where you can grow a little bit, you can be there for a few years, and in this area, in this market in Northeast Ohio, it's possible.
Oh yeah,
which I love.
Yeah, and affordable, and safe, and all the good stuff, everything you need. You know, close proximity to your banks and your shopping, your dining, and your schools, and all that kind of stuff. So,
and you're not paying somebody else's rent for the first time in your life. That whole idea that you're building wealth, that this is still your savings account. We learned that from you many years ago.
And you can start having that freedom of, well, I want to paint the door this color, or I want to add a deck, or, you know, it would work for me if we finish the basement. So you can start to plan life and plan, you know, what I need in the next couple of years in your starter home.
What is the emotional process? I remember many years ago when I first bought my first home. That was one of the happiest days of my life. So how do you navigate that with your team? Like, because that's like, woo! It's a roller coaster.
The purchase process is a roller coaster. And you know what? The buying it, the starter home, is so much fun for people, but really, in the situation of this family, when they're selling that starter home, you know, where the babies were born, where life started to take place, and they're selling it and they're buying the bigger home, bittersweet. So it's always fun to
And you got to be ready to move in this market.
You do.
If you see something and it pops up on MLS, we have learned the lesson over the last couple of years now that it's still going so fast. Yeah. People supposed to be paying full price or above asking still?
Still, yes.
Okay.
Yep, out or above.
All right, you have a wonderful team.
Thank you.
You guys have helped on many different things when it comes to even my family, and I can't say thank you enough.
Thanks,
so
appreciate it.
We'll see you next time, okay, Cal?
All right.
Oh, call or text 330. It's right there on the sign.
717-2689.
We didn't even get it wrong. Thanks, Cal.
Thank you, Lauren and Kelly, back here in Pesto's Test Kitchen, our second segment. If you're tuning in late, first of all, where have you been? Second of all, we are recreating the day that Mark and his daughter, Gina, were on Guy's Grocery Games with the winning chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich and chicken wings.
Chicken sandwich, chicken wings.
But we don't have enough time to do the wings.
We're going to do the sandwich.
But we basically make the same wings at Bistro every day.
So, we have breaded this chicken, and you taught me that I'm supposed to kind of swoop it like this.
Yeah, because you don't want it to stick to the bottom, and just let it lay down, just like that. So you're going to have around 350 or 60 degree clean oil. You can usually tell when the oil is hot enough when you take a little bit of the dust, you sprinkle it in, and it foams up.
Then you know.
Then you know. So now we're going to we have a pan heating up. I have a little bit of olive oil in here, and then we were stuck with beer and canned cheese sauce.
You say that like it's a bad thing. If somebody stuck me with beer and cheese every day, I'd be okay.
It was not a bad thing. So I'm going to take some Serrano chilies, because that's what we had. I'm going to take some cilantro. I think I have some salt back here.
Okay.
I'm going to take a pinch of this salt from back here, put it in there. And because salt brings out all the liquid, especially in green vegetables or any vegetable. And you want to stay back a little bit, G, because I don't want you to, You don't. And now we're going to add the beer to deglaze the pan. And it can be any beer. I can't even remember what we used. I think we used a red beer on the show.
What's deglazing?
Deglaze means all the little happy bits that are on the bottom of the pan, you know, when you cook something?
Yeah.
It's all those little happy bits. And now we're just going to add that jarred cheese sauce. And that's exactly what we did on the show.
Get all of it out.
Get it all on there. Bring it up to speed.
And you're making a sauce to pour on the sandwich?
On the sandwich.
Okay.
We absolutely are. So we're just going to get that nice. We want it to thicken up a little bit because we got the beer in there, but we want to take the beer because when you have canned cheese sauce or jarred cheese sauce, it's going to have a little bit of a different taste because they're using like condensed milk. It always has that different kind of taste.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to our chicken breasts. So they're starting to get happy. Look that color starting to come around.
Once they turn brown like that, right?
Almost, yeah, we're getting there. You know, you never want to serve chicken thighs because chicken thighs, they show pink a little bit more than chicken breasts do. So you want to make sure it's golden brown. You can tell that ramen and that wasabi pea flour along with the panko is really doing a nice job of cooking. But it's nice and happy in that little bath right there.
Okay.
So this is going to we're going to get this up to speed.
What's Gina going to do?
Gina's going to get the buns. You always want to toast your bun for a sandwich. It's just taking care of that bun, and we always like to use a nice brioche bun. It's made with a lot of butter. It has a lot of flavor.
And you just do it in oil?
Oil or garlic butter, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Medium heat. We're going to get it golden brown on one side, then we're going to flip it over. We're going to kiss the top. Just kiss the top a little bit. It's going to give a little bit of color to the top. And we're going to use the bottom as well.
Okay, the same thing on the bottom. Front, back.
So you want to make sure when you're cooking these, they come up to about 160 degrees internal temperature. And you know that...
No, I just never know.
Well, you can always get a thermometer, Mike.
That's true. But let's say I don't. Let's say I'm with a chef and he just knows. Are you going by time in your head, internal clock?
Time in my head, internal clock in my head. And also, you know, I've been doing this for 40, God only knows how many years.
Yeah.
But you can also do the whole cheek, the whole palm thing.
Yeah.
You know, this...
you
can feel it.
If it feels like that.
If it feels too springy, you know it's not done enough.
Okay.
You want it to be able to press it, it's firm. Okay. And then you're going to know it's pretty much done.
She's working on our cheese sauce.
Yeah, we're working on this, but you know, to have that experience to do guys' grocery games with my daughter in California, you know, she was living in Tampa at the time, so we flew out at 2 separate times. We didn't meet up at the same time. See how that's starting to golden up like that, and that's exactly what you want, and just flip it over.
And kiss it.
And just give it that kiss.
What, was the other daughter upset she didn't get to do it?
Amy was not upset she didn't get to do it. I wish Amy would have got to do it. I wish there would have been photography and cooking at the same time. So you see how that cheese sauce is getting really, really nice? Why don't you grab a spoon? We'll taste it, Mike. Because it might need something. Might need a little salt, might need a little pepper, might need a little garlic. Get yourself another spoon.
Okay.
I don't want your cooties.
I thought you were going to feed me like that one time. Remember that?
It's good.
Okay.
Taste the beer. It's got a nice spice.
That is a little spicy, isn't it?
Well, the Serrano chilies.
Okay.
The Serrano chilies.
Let's take our break.
And take our break.
When we come back,
we're going to assemble some sandwiches. We're going to have some slushies too.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we'll check out Angiuli's Farm Market in Campville.
We have such a legacy, created such a legacy here in the Valley, and we're very well respected by numerous manufacturers in the industry. We're a leader in our industry, and I want to continue that. We want to continue that, and we want to take it to the next level. Whatever that level may be, we're ready for it.
So let yourself go to Duca. Let yourself go to Duca.
Welcome to Angiuli's Farm Market. Carl is here. This is a new person to the show. Your name is?
Lena.
Lena is here. So we thought we'd talk strawberries. We're in strawberry season.
It is full force.
Full force. The month of June.
Month of June, strawberry season on the farm.
And Lena has accepted my challenge. Eat as many strawberries as you can in one interview.
All right, start.
All right, go. And don't just take little bites. I want big bites.
Big bites.
Right, there you go.
You gotta keep track.
Strawberries. First of all, you can pick them here at the farm.
Yeah, we have you pick already picked. Whatever you guys like to do. Usually it's good to call ahead for you picking because, you know, the weather changes. It might, you know, things change. So check in with us, give us a call that morning, see what's going on.
Okay. And then when you pick strawberries, is it like bananas? You should get the green ones and they ripen at your house?
No, we want you to pick the ripest ones on the vines. That's the best way to get those. Not like the California stuff, they put the pretty ones on top and then all the green ones are at the bottom.
Okay.
And usually those green ones never ripen.
Okay.
So, they usually mold before they ripen out of California. Over here in Ohio, our fresh, sweet strawberries, you want to pick them ripe as can be so you can take them home. Either make your jam.
Start putting them in ice cream, start doing something, right?
We like to keep the way to keep them.
Yeah.
You want to wash them.
That was my next question.
Wash them, take the stems off, cut them, and put them in a bowl in a refrigerator. With or without sugar, whatever you want to do, and they'll keep like a week in there. But the best way is to wash them and cut them up, and they'll stay in a bowl. That's your best shelf life, because sometimes they just, they might be a little wet from the morning dew, and they just don't keep very well in the quartz in the refrigerator. So that's the trick there, keeping your strawberries.
What number are you on? 5, 6? 6. Let's say 6. Okay.
7.
Anyway, is this a good season for strawberries?
Yes, it's awesome. So in the month of May, we didn't have any frost or freezes to kill the blooms, so all the blooms have made it, and the berry plants are just loaded, and we've been harvesting hundreds of quarts every day, and they're very sweet, the color's great, and we love it. I mean, it's a great time on the farm.
And like you said, if you see one that's not perfectly red, it's not going to get any better than that, right?
No. Okay. You want to pick them dead ripe. Sometimes even a little over, especially if you're doing pick your own, you want to get the ripest ones because you're going to go home and make jam, you're going to cut them up for shortcake and keep them, so the redder the better.
Not that we're making fun of the grocery stores or anything, but why are the home-picked Ohio ones, in your opinion, better than those?
Well, California, how many weeks, it takes a week to get here, and then they sit in a warehouse, and that berry's 2 weeks old before we get it. So, and then they pick them on the red color. I think they spray paint them to make them look pretty, and then they're green on the inside, and they got hardly any flavor. Very rare do you get a great California berry. Unlike these here, they're picked. You want to pick the ripest one. They're the vine ripened, and they're excellent.
Take them home, get going, right? Eat them on the way home.
Eat them on the way home. Usually that's what happens. Yeah, I mean, we get customers say, I got home, and then they come back. So with the homegrown strawberries, you want to visit your farm market every couple days, get fresh quarts, and they're awesome.
2 more questions. Do you have the satellite locations this year where you're all over the place?
So those are mostly all open. There's still some getting opened up, but they'll have the local homegrown strawberries. You just got to call the farm here or just check in where you went last year. I think they're all the same locations.
Okay, phone number here is?
330-533-2046.
Open every single day?
Every day, 7 days a week.
And the hours are?
Right now we are doing Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 9 to 5.
And how many are we on now?
Like 17.
Here's our champion.
Right here,
That's
champion,
right.
17 strawberries.
Ooh, fresh strawberries. You get a lot of things with fresh strawberries.
Strawberries and cream, Wimbledon, strawberries and balsamic, Richard Alberini. I mean, just memories.
I bet some kids have memories of their time at Rust City Church in the summertime, especially their programs.
They do so many great things for kids, whether it's right before they go to school with the backpack program, whether it's Halloween, whether it's Easter, it doesn't matter. The programs they do over there are simply amazing for children.
And Lauren caught up with a group that's in charge and tell you exactly what they do.
Well, this week on Valley Spotlight, we're back with Taylor Irving. She is our youth pastor here at Rust City. Hi, Taylor.
Hi.
No kids right now.
No kids right now.
Is it weird? Does it feel a little...
It does feel a little quiet in here.
Right? A little nerve-wracking when the energy level isn't like crazy, and you've got 10,000 things to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So we appreciate a few moments of quiet with you to talk about a big, huge day for our young ones. It's coming up on July 16th, right?
Yep. July 16th.
What's it called and why do we care?
Yeah, it's called One Day VBS, Calling All Superheroes. So, yeah.
One single day.
Yes. We take all of these kids, about 150 of them, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's totally free to them. There's no charge. But they come here, they learn all about Jesus, and then they go home. They will go home looking like a real superhero. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So what age groups and why come up? Sometimes Bible studies and Bible camps, it's like the whole summer. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I did go through some of that when I was younger. I didn't especially look forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So one day,
yes,
and you guys you run the gamut with the kids, right?
Yeah, so we take over the whole building. We turn it into whatever theme we're doing. So this year we're actually writing our own VBS. It's all based around superheroes and how essentially God gives us gifts that are kind of like superpowers. So we're already kind of superheroes. So the kids are gonna learn that. They're gonna go home with a mask, a cape, superhero cuffs, a little comic book that tells about their day, and they're just gonna learn all about like what Jesus gives us.
Well, the ultimate superhero.
Yeah.
If we're really being quite honest. And I think what you guys do here, not just that one singular day, but obviously this room, the one that we're sitting in right now, is sort of hidden. You wouldn't know it's even here when you walk into Rest City Church just to sort of come here for worship. But up here is it's like there's different breakout spaces. You guys have done a really good job to include all of this in one area for kids.
Yeah, we try and do our best. Everything here is designed so that it's clean, safe, and fun for the kids no matter their ability or age level. So we do our best with the space that we have.
Do you see it making a difference? Because even the chairs, even the furniture, even, we've got the front line even back there, it's a little bit, smaller, a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah.
Just the thoughtfulness. Do you think that makes a difference when you see them involved in whatever it is that you guys are trying to teach?
Yeah, I think it gives them ownership. Like, this is their room. Everything is built for them, so it's easier to access, it's easier to enjoy. I also think when parents see it, it's a little more encouraging because it's not just a room that these kids get thrown into, it's a room that's been planned out specifically for them and their families to enjoy. And when you build the environment, they're able to learn, they're able to engage, they're able to be a part of it because everything's set up for them.
And that's the secret behind having highly educated and wonderful people behind it. Like, this isn't just something that you do on the side on the weekends for fun. This is what your education is for. This is what you have been called to do. And you really have taken it incredibly seriously to the next level for that exact reason that you just went through, to make them have ownership of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we're really blessed here. There's a lot of really good people on my team that help all of it happen and all of it come together. So
what superhero are you going to be? Can I ask you
yet.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little we don't want to give any secrets away.
But there is going to be a Captain Courage, and we do have a villain developing. We have main characters, so
this is going to be a big day. Sabina's 7. Is she old enough to partake?
Absolutely,
yeah. Okay, great.
We actually take everybody from 5 months to 11 years of age, and there's something for everybody. So the babies won't really get their own curriculum, but they'll have a space where they can hang out for the day. The toddlers, they have a special curriculum crafted just for them, and then the 3 to 11-year-olds will go through all of the same stations, but every age group kind of has it tailored a little bit to them, so they're actually getting something out of it.
Look at you, tailoring things to kids. Go figure.
Tailoring.
Go figure. On that note, again, it is coming up on July 16th.
Yep.
When is the cutoff or when is the deadline? Because I know you guys fill up quickly.
Yeah, so registrations will probably start in June, and then it'll be cut off when all of our spots fill up. So we're only able to take about 150, 175 kids just because of space, so yeah.
It's gonna go fast.
Yep.
Thank you, Taylor.
Absolutely.
And happy Sunday. Thanks for being with us on Valley Spotlight. It's
Thank
nice
you
to
very
see
much.
you again. It's been a long time.
All right, back here to wrap things up.
Hey, Mike.
We have our chicken sandwiches.
We do.
You want to talk about these first since they're so cool looking?
They are cool looking, aren't they?
These are slushies.
These are, we've been experimenting for a long time with the slushies that are going to be at Oaxaca Taco at 132 Niles Cortland Road. And this is the pineapple one. And we have topped the pineapple Warritos slushie with blueberry boba.
They're delightful. And it's a refreshing drink.
Yes. And at one point, once we get our liquor license, parents that come through and get these can get those with a little bit of a kick.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Yes.
Now I'm getting it.
So we will have adult slushies for the adults and kids slushies for the kids. But these are absolutely the best slushies I've ever tasted from Warritos, and I think they're going to be a big hit. And I think they're going to go great with the sandwich.
Want to film? Who wants to make my sandwich, or what are we doing?
Here we go.
Is the cheese next?
We're going with the cheese sauce next. And We're just going to go liberal right over the top. Then, Mike, we're going to go lettuce.
Yeah.
And we're going to go a couple tomatoes and just put your bun on top. Gina, same with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lettuce, tomato.
Thank you.
There you go.
Now, what was Guy's reaction or the judge's reaction when they had this?
We killed it.
I mean, what did they? You remember what they said?
We killed it.
Just that's it. You guys killed it.
We killed it. That's what they said.
Where are you supposed to eat?
You know, when you have a sandwich like this, you got to do almost like a Philly Chicago kind of. You got to gear up.
You got to forget
get the
you're on television right now.
And you got to remember, there's going to be some stuff that drips down.
You got to go to get a good lean, a good tilt.
You got to get a good lean.
Drip. That's a good sandwich. That's a good sandwich.
Delicious.
Yeah.
The crunch.
Where'd you get these pickles?
They're Italian-style pickles.
I knew it.
From a new grocer out in Boardman. That I'm not getting paid to represent.
Okay.
So we'll have to figure it out.
All right. Well,
and they're delicious.
That's fine. You know what I'm going to do for you on this Father's Day? Give you one of those for your cheeks.
Gina, I think this is why we won.
This is delicious. I don't think we got to try the original, the one that we made.
We didn't get to try any of our food.
Yeah.
So
You happy with
how
that?
it tasted. Yeah.
Are you enjoying your Father's Day so far?
Dad, are you enjoying your Father's Day so far?
I am. I mean, it's coming up. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to have a lot of fun at Bistro with our guests at Bistro, but I'm going to have a lot more fun with my family.
Awesome. Great job, you guys. Thanks for welcoming us into your home. Okay?
Yeah, what a great sandwich.
It's really good.
I should actually put that on the menu.
It's actually really good.
I don't know. It seemed pretty involved.
Crispy, crunchy. No, not really. Once you do it on a mass scale, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well,
just as my brother would say, building layers of flavor.
And that's what we did.
That's what we did
today. Well, you can watch the show on many different platforms. A lot of people do it on Facebook. Some people, once the show's over, go to valleyspotlight.com. All the episodes are on there and all your cooking tips and things like that. We have a Roku channel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have one.
That's awesome.
I'm not sure how to use it. I think there's a Roku on my television somewhere. But yeah, anyway.
But does Roku have slushies like this?
Not a chance.
These slushies, they're going to be killer.
They are awesome.
And pineapple's not going to be the only flavor.
As we say goodbye, as a special Father's Day present, not one, but two retromercials today.
Yes.
So we're going back to the old mall days and Hickory Farms, which Gina had not heard of. I don't know if they still have Hickory Farms.
I mean, it wasn't a Christmas unless you got something from Hickory Farms.
Yeah, or you won
really
something.
Wasn't.
That's what they should have given you, a Hickory Farms gift basket on Guy's Grocery Games. That would have been a nice present.
Well, that would have been
grand prize.
But we even had better because we went out and we had burgers, to me, at one of the better burger places in America.
Oh, well,
and I wish
go.
we would have them here.
Does it rhyme with Schmin and Schmout? Because they're out west.
Schmin and Schmout, no.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the In-N-Out burger?
It wasn't.
Oh, okay, very good.
In-N-Out has got great burgers.
Very good, very good. Should we say goodbye?
Goodbye for now.
Have
Happy
a good
Father's
show.
Day, everybody out there.
Happy Father's Day.
Bye-bye.
Last year's Father's Day gift lasted a little too long. This year, give Dad something from Hickory Farms. It's a gift that won't last long at all.
For all the do-it-yourselfer dads out there, Sears has the largest selection of tools for Father's Day. Like this 54-piece Craftsman mechanics tool set. Made in America. Guaranteed forever. Only $39.99 including case and Sears exclusive quick-release ratchet. Or this Craftsman 3-drawer rally box with tumbler lock. Also $39.99. For thousands of gift ideas you can work with this Father's Day, make it Craftsman tools. Only at Sears. Bringing America's best to you.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.